Hello and welcome to Collingwood School Report with me, Jess.
And me, John. Today,
BBC Look North pays us a visit to see how it should be done.
Damien, welcome to Collingwood School.
Thank you very much, Daniel. It's very good to be back here.
we hear from two of our sporting sensations.
I got into horse riding with the school, and ever since then I've been doing it.
I get a year's free racing in the Junior Championship, so it's like a really fantastic opportunity.
And Collingwood students add their voices to the anti-bullying debate.
Oi! What are you looking at?
Some bullies tried to start fights.
Firstly, we are going over to James at the Pegasus Riding Project, where he is speaking to Lloyd, a Collingwood student who'd never ridden a horse until a couple of years ago, but is now competing at a national level.
That's right. I'm here to ask Lloyd and staff at the Pegasus some questions. So Lloyd, how did you get into horse riding?
I got into horse riding with the school, and ever since then I've been doing it for a while now.
How did it feel to qualify for the nationals?
It surprised us at first, to be honest, but I was really happy. It was a great feeling.
How did it feel to win your first rosette?
It felt great. I can't explain how it felt to win the first rosette. It's a feeling you don't get for a while, and when you do, it's great.
Does it ever get scary?
It gets scary a bit when the horse isn't acting itself, playing up or feeling full on itself.
Thanks, Lloyd. Now, the questions for the staff. So, Martin, hello. How does it feel to teach kids to ride?
We love teaching the kids to ride here. I mean, what we do here is very special. We work with people who have disabilities, not just children, adults as well, and we introduce them to riding, and hopefully from that they get a lot of physical exercise, they get a lot of pleasure, a lot of enjoyment. So yeah, it's great teaching the kids how to ride.
When did you notice Lloyd's talent, and what do you do with it?
Right, well Lloyd came here, and like a lot of people, he was probably very nervous, very apprehensive, wasn't sure what he could do, but it emerged fairly quickly that he was what we call natural. You have to put a lot of work in, but he just seemed natural on the horse. So it was fairly quick. And what we do is we teach people the basics. We take them through bit by bit. You don't introduce people too quickly. You don't get them at the end competing straight away. You just take it nice and gentle. So we did that with Lloyd, and Lloyd has worked hard, listened to everything it said, and he's doing great guns, yeah.
How does it feel to see one of your young riders succeed?
Well, how do you imagine it feels? It's great. It gives everybody a lift. I mean, Lloyd clearly enjoys it. He's happy. His parents are happy. All his instructors, you know, and all the riders around him. Because when one person succeeds, everybody around you feels, yeah, that's good, and it gives you something to aim for. So yeah, it's great fun. Long may it continue.
Thank you, Martin.
Pleasure.
Looks like Lloyd has a bright future. Now back to the studio.
Quite an achievement. Now, the issue of how to deal with bullying is unfortunately one that remains in the public eye. Our team decided to research this themselves.
What would you do if you were getting bullied? Would you ignore them, fight back, or tell someone?
I would just, if they were holding me against the tree very tightly, I would just try and get out first.
Tell someone?
Tell someone.
Could you tell us why, please?
Because other people might get hurt.
What would you do if you were the one being bullied? Would you ignore them, fight them, or tell someone?
Tell someone.
And why is that?
Because they will keep on doing it if you didn't tell someone.
Oh, I would say tell someone. I would never want to... I wish I could fight him, but that would just be a bit too much.
The school report team also worked together to produce a short animated film called Beat the Bullies. Here's an exclusive look.
Oi! What are you looking at?
Some bullies tried to start fights.
You wait till after school.
Bullies threaten people.
Cool! You got his phone! Why do I always get picked on?
Bullies talk behind your back. Bullies troll people on social media.
Just leave me alone!
The victims can feel upset and helpless.
Tell me about it. I can deal with it.
Tell your teacher.
You can always talk to us.
That's right. We'll sort it out.
Tell your parents and carers. Remember, together we can beat bullying.
Now in other news, a store was found and selling a collection of 70 toys thought to be worth up to £100,000. He has been collecting the toys since he was 7 years old. Now he's selling off his collection to try and raise money for a new house. One of the most valuable figures is bounty hunter Boba Fett that he bought for £50, which can now be up to £15,000.
Really, I must get that old Millennium Falcon out the loft. Imagine going to class and having your great granny sitting at the desk next to you. Well, that's just what happens for kids at a primary school in Kenya. Priscilla Sitieni has started going to lessons for the first time in her life at the age of 90. She couldn't go when she was a child because her family didn't have enough money to send her to class.
Now, do you reckon your pet knows when you're in a good mood or a bad mood? And can they figure out the different faces you pull? Well, scientists think they can. Dogs can tell the difference between happy and angry human facial expressions, a study has revealed. Researchers from the University of Vienna, Austria, ran an experiment where 11 dogs were trained to pair either happy or an angry face with a food reward.
A zoo in the Netherlands is holding a poo week where visitors can learn all about animal waste. Zookeepers at Amersfoort Zoo say studying an animal's poo can tell us lots about their health. There are special sessions where children can handle elephant poop safely. During poo week, kids can even measure the power of their own trumps.
No thanks. BBC Look North came to Collingwood recently to follow up last year's school report story on Stu, our up-and-coming racing driver. We took the opportunity to shadow the reporting team and see how they make the news.
There was a lot of setting up to do at the beginning of the day. Watch out for that camera!
How do you feel about what?
The Look North crew then went to the library for a change of scenery.
Happy. So Stuart, it's good to see you again. Tell us what's been going on and what you've achieved lately.
Damien, welcome to Collingwood School.
Thank you very much, Daniel. It's very good to be back here.
What are your impressions on the school?
I did a 3-month attachment to what we call the school report programme, which you might have heard of, and I spent quite a bit of time here making films and meeting people like you and Stuart and some of the other boys and girls. And I've got to say, this was the favourite school that I had of all the schools that I went to. It's got a really good vibe going on here. The teachers seem to be getting on really well with all the kids. And I thought it was a very rewarding experience to come here and to put the films together and watch everybody do their thing. So I think it's a great school.
What makes Stuart's story so interesting to Look North viewers?
I think it's interesting on a number of levels. The first is that, he's achieved this thing which is amazing by any standards, I couldn't have achieved that. Perhaps you couldn't. I mean, it's a really, really good thing that he's achieved. But I think when you add into that the fact that, he's had his issues in the past. So if you look at him now and the way that he's come along, and I think motorsport has played a huge part in that. So I think the viewers will be very interested for those reasons.
What do you think of the BBC School Report project?
Well, I did 3 months on School Report, and I enjoyed it very, very much. It was it's always interesting to do new things, So for that reason, it was good. But I also enjoyed going to the schools and working with the kids and helping them. And I felt I did some good, I think it's an excellent project. And I know that this school plays a huge role in School Report, and it's got a long history of doing great stuff. And I'm looking forward to see what happens with the school next year.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
They then rushed back to BBC Newcastle in time for the lunchtime bulletin.
Starts in carts, yes.
Indeed, yeah.
As all will be explained, a Northumberland schoolboy who dreams of becoming a professional racing driver has taken a huge step towards his goal. He's just won the prestigious 2014 Ginetta Junior Scholarship. Stuart Middleton, who has Asperger's syndrome, has been kart racing at championship level for years, but the scholarship means a big step up. Next year he'll be racing two-seaters with the Ginetta team for a full season, all expenses paid. Damien O'Neill caught up with him.
15-year-old Stuart Middleton lives to race. He's already made his name as a top-level kart racer, but the Ginetta Scholarship is a different league entirely. He beat off nearly 60 other hopefuls to win a truly amazing prize.
I was ecstatic about winning it, you know. I couldn't believe it, so I mean, I went out and done exactly what I wanted to do, so I get a year's free racing in the Ginetta Junior Championship, so it's like a really fantastic opportunity.
Fascinating stuff, and good luck to Stu. Remember mate, the brake pedal's the one in the middle. Over to our travel centre with Connor now. How's it looking, Connor?
Not looking good, Jess. There's been a 4-car pile up on the A69 at the Hexham turnoff. From the A1, expect long delays there. An escaped donkey on the runway at Newcastle Airport means all flights are cancelled. And the trains are still just a bit rubbish. Stay at home, folks, and keep checking our website for details. Back to John.
Thanks, Connor. Now the sport with Reese.
Thanks, John. What news just in which the sale of Newcastle United club owner Mike Ashley has finally sold up from constant pressure from the fans and a run of 38 straight defeats. It is believed that the tune has been sold to Sunderland for around £600, and a new team called Sunderland Castle will be playing in League One next season from a new stadium in Burnley. A spokesman said that Newcastle had been left in great shape and that it was a fine day for North East football. Over to Jess.
Sunday Castle? Are you kidding? Here's the weather with Cameron.
Thanks, Jess. Well, it looks like it's going to be a cold and miserable in the northeast today, with a severe weather warning in place. That's for heavy snow, so take care on the roads out there. This will thaw as rain in the southeast, but the southwest should be having a much better time of it, with a clear, cold and sunny day. Those temperatures now, and it's going to be a freezing cold in our region. Watch out for icy roads and pavements, and remember to wrap up warm. Okay, well, thanks, Cameron.
He meant when you go outside, John. That's all from us at Collingwood School Report News. See you next time.
Goodbye.